Breaking news here on CBS Sports HQ. It is official. Klay Thompson set to return tomorrow against the Cavaliers. He's missed the past 2 seasons with ACL and Achilles tears. Been away from the game for over 2 years while rehabbing these 2 injuries. Tore the ACL in his left knee in Game 6 of the 2019 NBA Finals and his right Achilles in November of 2020 during a workout. Head coach Steve Kerr said he expects Thompson to play between 15 and 20 minutes in his return. Get some perspective. Welcoming former NBA Coach of the Year Avery Johnson as a player helped the Spurs win an NBA championship in 1999, and they are getting one of their 3-time title winners back in the lineup are the Golden State Warriors and Klay Thompson. How much are you looking forward to seeing Klay Thompson back on the floor?
Really excited to see Klay Thompson back on the floor. 5-time NBA All-Star, and as you alluded to, 3-time NBA champion, a guy that shot 40% from the three-point line over his career. He's been an NBA three-point champion at the NBA All-Star game. When you add this type of scoring prowess back to your lineup, experience, championship experience, he's been an NBA all-defensive second-team player. We know he's a two-way player. He plays both ends of the floor. He and Klay Thompson, as our old friend Mark Jackson has shared long before anybody knew it, they're the best shooting backcourt in the history of the NBA. To get him back in the lineup, not just for Warriors fans, but fans that are global, that love the NBA all over the world, everybody's excited.
The Splash Brothers reunite. It'll be 941 days since the last time he played. Good to have him back against the Cavaliers. I'm not excited because they're my Cavaliers, but I'm excited for Klay Thompson because he's a heck of a player and he brings a lot to the table. We heard that Steve Kerr is going to play him about 15 to 20 minutes. As a former coach yourself, as a former player, how are you handling this as he makes his return?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I've been in situations similar to Steve. And in this situation, when a player's missed over 2 years, yes, he's going to be on that 12 to 15 minute restriction. You're probably going to see him play about the first 8 minutes of the first quarter. They don't want him to cool down too much. And then they'll bring him back at the start of the second quarter, maybe for 4 or 5 minutes, and then he's done. You'll see them kind of rinse and repeat that same strategy for the 3 to 5 games, depending on how he recovers. And then they'll elevate it up to about 20, 22 minutes, but primarily only in the first half. It's probably going to take him, 8 to 10 games where you'll see him participate in the second half of games. And then sometime after the All-Star break, they'll ramp him up a little bit more. But again, it all depends on how he recovers. And especially with back-to-back games, he'll probably avoid back-to-back games. So they'll have a strategy in place to make sure that it gives him the best chance to recover well and get to his maximum potential, especially come playoff time.
That game scheduled to tip off 8:30 Eastern time in San Francisco as they host the Cavaliers. Look, Golden State sits 1 game behind the Suns in the West, second best record in the NBA. If they have now Klay Thompson, a healthy Steph Curry, Draymond Green, this is an NBA championship contending team, Avery, when you bring back Klay Thompson to the mix.
Absolutely. When you have Draymond, Steph, Klay Thompson, you still have James Wiseman that's looking to, make his debut this year. He provides size and shot blocking ability, even though he doesn't have experience. But I'm still looking at the Phoenix Suns right now. If all of the teams are completely healthy, the Suns, when you look at Devin Booker and CP3 and the experience they have, DeAndre Ayton, he's back in the lineup. And you look at their defense, they're one of the most balanced teams, even though Golden State got them, on Christmas Day. I look at the Suns still having the edge, especially because of their size inside, with JaVale McGee coming off the bench, DeAndre Ayton, Devin Booker taking his game to another level. But Klay Thompson definitely makes it interesting.
One of the best shooters we have seen in a long time, Klay Thompson. The Splash Brothers are back. All right. As a former coach, a former player, what's your message? What are you saying to Klay Thompson before he steps on the floor on Sunday night?
Just go out and have fun. There's no pressure. You are who you are. You're a 3-time champion. So you don't have to try to, play out of control. Just play your game. You know who you are. You have an identity as a player. You don't have to try to be Steph Curry. Just be Klay Thompson. Have fun. Enjoy this moment. You've been away from the game for a long time, as you alluded to in the intro. And then be truthful about how you're feeling. If there's any tweak or, we don't want you to overcompensate for, a sore ankle, or if your Achilles is sore, just be truthful with the medical staff so that they can know how to make sure your rehab is appropriate. And if you need to take off a game or two, that's not the end of the world. So just communicate very efficiently with the medical staff so that they can make sure they put you in the best position to be successful.
Klay Thompson officially set to return Sunday night. Avery Johnson giving us some insight here on CBS Sports HQ. Appreciate it, Avery. And look, it has been over 2 years for Klay Thompson, rehabbing a pair of career-altering injuries. Tore the ACL in his left knee in Game 6 of the 2019 NBA Finals, then his right Achilles in November of 2020 during a workout. It'll be 941 days since he last played in a game. He'll play on Sunday night at home against the Cavs, 8:30 Eastern tip-off.